There we go. Excellent. So we are here again for another Wacky Wednesday. It is Wednesday, July 24th. Woohoo! And thank you, a big thank you to Tyler for getting us all set up today with our project for Wacky Wednesday, getting us online. I'm starting to figure out that go live buttons and things, so it's working really well. So welcome everyone. I sure hope you're enjoying your summer. And thank you for continuing to watch my Sewing Room's Facebook and YouTube programs. Really enjoy all your comments and all of the things that you have, that you add to the show. It is absolutely wonderful. Please remember that you can send pictures to us too. And let us know what projects you're working on, or let us know if you have any questions about things that you've seen and things you haven't. I see Patty G from Vermont's online. Hi, Patty. All right, so we're starting to get some viewers. All right. Anyways, I do love to hear from you, whether it's in person, whether it's through Facebook or YouTube, or any way that you reach out to us. That's wonderful. A special shout out to some of our summertime followers. Sometimes our followers are quiet. They don't say anything online, so I don't know they're there. But others come into the store and let me know what's happening with them and that they've been watching, and it's all wonderful. So I see, hi Ruth, there's Ruth and Ann. We're working on staying the cool thing with the air conditioning. I go from one space to the other, so it's pretty good. All right, special shout out to Pauline B, Sandy A, Tina B, who was in this morning, and she said, keep up the programming. It's working for her. She's really enjoying it, and don't forget the jokes. So thank you, Tina. Shout out to Nancy C, Teresa S, Chris M, Kat K, Shauna C, Ruth C, Carol D, Ann L, Patty G, Robin S, Vicky S, Carol M, Chris L, Carol G, Glenda I, Mary Z, Vivian H, Lynn S, Ann S, Jean J, Betty L, and I can't forget Irene and Barry, who stopped in yesterday, and I'm really glad that their machine didn't have to go to the hospital. I'm glad it's up and running. Anyways, thank you so much. You are special to be hanging in there during the summer watching. It's absolutely wonderful. I do hope, as Anne says, that we're keeping cool, because it's blessedly warm here. And not only that, but unfortunately we have a few wildfires out of control, and today you can definitely see the smoke. I'm not sure how far south it goes, Anne, but yeah, we have some smoke here. All right, everybody. For the next 2 weeks, I will be attempting to create something called the Nantucket Summer by Camille Roskelly. And it's a Nantucket mini charm bag. And Tyler has kindly placed this pattern online for us. It is free to anyone who wants to download this. This is a Moda product. Moda put it out. And so to honor them, of course, I'm using some Moda fabrics today in our little Nantucket bag. It's in navy and blue, but I've got some other colors for us to do. And it gives us 3 different little versions, so I'm going to show you a couple of them. All right, so that's what we're going to be working on in the next 2 weeks. So I just thought, I need a little more information about Nantucket. I mean, I've been with you to Hawaii and Mexico and the Calgary Stampede, and we've been down south to see the Australian outback and things like that. But now we're going to Nantucket. So I had to find out where that was and what it is. And so, of course, it's a tiny island that's located a few miles from Cape Cod. Now, I have heard of Cape Cod. It's in Massachusetts. And it can be reached by ferry or plane, which is kind of cool. There's no way to drive there, so that's awesome. It has the island has several historic buildings, such as the Jethro coffin house, and the Nantucket windmill. So there's lots of fun things to see. This was built during the 18th century. So this town has cobblestones. It's lined with churches, boutiques, elegant restaurants offering a variety of seafood. Can you beat? They're out on the coast. Of course, it's got to be seafood, right? Yeah. So there's clams, oysters, lobsters. And the island has fine sandy shores with historic lighthouses. Speaking of lighthouses, why did the lighthouse apologize? Well, it felt like it was being too flashy. Yes. And what do you call a lighthouse with a sense of humor? A light-hearted house. Yeah. So you get to go see some of those lighthouses, or you can take a seal or whale trip. So you can go out and see the whales and check out all the things out there and discover more about whales, seals, and marine life at Nantucket. So what did the dolphin say to the blue whale? He said, cheer up. Yeah. Last one, I promise. Well, actually 2 more. Why did the whale cross the ocean? To get to the other tide. Oh, terrible. It's ranks right up there with my why the chicken crossed the road jokes. And the last one, I promise. How do you get banned from SeaWorld? Well, of course, you free willy. Anyways, enough of that silly nonsense. Anyways, I just wanted to say that Nantucket is an island that is popular summer destination. It has great events like dance and art festivals, sandcastles, sculpture day, and fireworks festivals. So I think Nantucket is kind of a charming place to go. Oh, charming. So we're going to make some mini charm bags. All right, so this week we are going to piece the tops 2 different ways and then show you how to quilt. Next week we're going to put in the zipper and finish it off, box the corners, and make a really cute little bag. We have to talk faster or else I'm here for 40 minutes and it's too long. Anyways, so let's start with the Nantucket summer bag. So let's look at some of the things we might need. So here's top down. All right, so of course we need the pattern, and that is online, so you can download that, copy it. It's just 1, 2, 3 pages, both sides, and it shows really cute pictures of the bags. And it gives you 3 different ways to make this bag. So maybe a close-up. Let's see if you can see close up. Let's check this out. The first one is this one, which is all over scrappy little mini charms. And you do 8 rows with 5 in each row. So I've got that one. I'll show you that one. And then the other one is the navy and white version, which is kind of off-centered. You do a row of 2 mini charms, and you do 8 of them. And this time you put on border pieces, but they're not even. So you can do an irregular one. I did not do that one. I did this one as well. This one is a set of 3 mini charms done in 8 rows and even pieces of fabric alongside. So there's 3 different ways that you can see this pattern. And I've got 2 of them I'm going to show you today. So things we definitely need mini charm squares. So for one of them, because I didn't have any at home and I wanted to show you stuff, I actually took a jelly roll, a Moda jelly roll, and cut it up into little squares. So this is what your little squares would look like. And then of course your job is to arrange it in whatever fashion you'd like to see it. Let me move over a little bit. So we need mini charms, or cut your own little 2.5-inch squares. Okay. All right. Second thing we need, of course, then you need your rotary cutter. You need your square. You need your mat. You're going to need some pins. You need little snippy scissors. You also are required to have a zipper for this project. So we've got some of the Atkinson zippers here. They're the little ones that we can sew through and cut the ends off so they're soft. They don't hurt your machine. I have, of course, my favorite tool, the seam ripper. And you never know when you're going to need that. And the other end of it, of course, is the awl. So poke things through without putting your finger into your machine. And we need a little marker. Not sure what the marker was for. Anyways, markers just in case. We have measuring tapes. We have 505 spray because you're going to need a piece of, do I actually need that? Yeah, I guess we might need that for the part. But we also need a piece of Pellon Fusible Fleece. That is the sticky sided stuff. We're going to put that on our lining fabric. So you're going to need your charm squares, lining fabric, and some Pellon Fusible Fleece. If you don't have Fusible Fleece, that's where the 505 spray comes in. Get a piece of batting and apply 505 spray to it and use that on your lining fabric. Okay, so I have set up my sewing machine. Again, today I have the beautiful Bernina B475 Cape edition. Because I was slight bit lazy, I didn't take the walking foot off from yesterday. We're going to use it for quilting today and for piecing. Let's just see how that works. So it's all set up from yesterday, so we'll just carry on. So the first thing we're going to do is we use that pattern and we cut our pieces. You have to cut yourself a piece of backing, and they give you the directions as to how much. So let me just move some of my yummy stuff out of the way so that I can get a spot so you can see what I'm doing. This is the one thing about sprawling out and working. All right, I have my ironing board set up, my iron, because we are going to fuse our Pellon Fusible Fleece to our lining fabric. And she tells us to cut the pieces. Where'd the pattern go? Anyways, I think we're working with pieces that are, okay, so we need a lining fat quarter, and then after she tells you all about that, you actually have to cut it. So the lining fabric will be 12 inches by 18 according to our pattern, one rectangle. So I have done that. So let's do that. I've used a cream fabric, a solid, Moda solid, just to put in the background so that inside your bag is light. It may not hold off the dirt that well, but there you go. I also have cut a piece of Fusible Fleece. This is the, you can hear the scratch, that is the piece for the glue. Now, I am just going to put this onto the back. And of course you need your applique pressing sheet, because how many times have I stuck something to my iron? And since this is not my iron, okay, where is my sheet? Okay, I smoothed out my join fabric on top. There we go. Get our pressing sheet out. And this is the as seen on TV one. It's from, it's a Revolutionary Pellon. Okay, so here it is. And I'm going to just fuse the Wonder Pellon Fusible Fleece to my lining fabric. And they're cut both at the same width. Don't worry if it's not quite square. We can always cut off any extra little piece of the Fusible Fleece from the back side if I didn't get it quite straight. Of course, we're going to use this to quilt our bag, so it's going to be bigger than our top. So don't worry. We just need to make sure we fuse it. And somebody told me that fusing it, you can use as hot an iron as you want. It doesn't really matter much. It does. I just don't use steam because I feel it reflects off your applique pressing mat and you burn yourself. So I'm just using a hot iron just to press on our Pellon Fusible Fleece onto our lining. Okay, now I just need to move that up a little so we can get the bottom half as well. I'm also working on an OESD press cloth, which I really, really like. I told you that yesterday, but I really like it. Okay, so now I think we have that fused. We'll set this aside. We don't need that anymore. Okay, we're going to let this cool a little bit. Okay, there it is, all pressed nice. Okay, we're just going to set that aside for a moment. Now, let's get rid of the ironing because we now have to do some additioning. We love to addition fabric, don't we? All right, okay, on top. And we are going to do, so these are just ones that I have cut from that jelly roll. These are my playthings. So as you sort them out and look at them, you kind of determine which ones you like where. And I did that. I laid them all out. And I decided, and you lay out how many ever rows you want. You can lay out a row of 2, the row of 3, or the row of 5, right? So you get 5 and you're going to do 8 rows. So I thought these were kind of cute. I like these ones, so I kind of just arranged them the way I thought that they looked pretty. Kind of fun, something like that. It doesn't really matter. This is a super scrappy bag. I've already made one little row, so we just make 8 of these little rows and we attach them. So let's do some sewing. Okay, so we're going to just pick these up and move over to our sewing machine. Close up, here we go. All right. And we're going to try using the walking foot because I didn't bring my 1/4 inch foot. I'm so smart. Anyways, let's try it with a walking foot. It does have the 1/4 inch marking. So we're going to take right sides together and sew that 1/4 inch seam. Oop, pedal to the metal, she says. All right. Oh, it seems to work just fine with my walking foot. I needed my walking foot because we're going to do a little bit of quilting today and I really wanted it for that. Oh, I forgot. This guy has scissors. He's so advanced. All right, so there's our first seam. Open it up. Oh, there he is. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to turn it this way because I got my trees upside down. So we're going to be slightly out of order. That's okay. You put it in whatever order you want. So we're going to put on the next piece now, 1/4 inch piecing. Okay, little buddy. And what I did find, because I worked with a Dandi mini charm that was already cut, I don't cut quite as straight as they do. So my 2.5 inch strip squares were just a little bit different. But that's okay. It's all good. This is a scruffy bag. There it is. See that pretty? Okay, let's put on the green one next, okay? So this is kind of fun. This is the scrappy one. You kind of just scrap it all together and go for it. 1/4 inch piecing foot here, we roll. Yeah, that walking foot works really well. I like that. So let's cut. I keep forgetting the cutting. Okay, and one more. So you put 5 of these in a row, and then you build 8 rows. Okay, and I find that deli rolls and little mini charm packs all come with that little zigzaggy edge, and so I kind of line the little zigzag edge, the little edge up together. All right, so there's your first row. Yay! There's your first row of 5. So you're going to make 8 of these. All right, once you've got 8 of them, come over to your iron. Okay, over to the iron again. And we're going to press these. So first of all, we set the seam. Now, in order to get these guys to sit well together and kind of nest and lock together, we're going to try pressing all the seams to one side, and on the next block you press them to the opposite side. Okay, so if this is my top piece, then I'm going to press them all going to my left. So let's do that. Press these guys all to my left. Okay, so make sure they're all good and sealed. I'm going to just do a little quick press from the front to make sure I got all the wrinkles out, because I see I had a little wrinkled square there. Okay, so that's our first row. Now our second row, and each row after, you're going to go either left so it goes this way, or you're going to go right so they go that way. So this one, we're going to go this way, and I hope I got this right. That way they really nest nicely when you put them together. You can make sure you get nice square corners. You pin it right there on the seam. Okay. Okay, so I just want to do it from this side as well and make sure they're going that way and these ones are going that way. Perfect. All right. Let's just give that a good press. Okay, pressed it is. Now, let's nest those little seams together. So if this is our first row, we're going to take that and we're going to take our second row and flip it right sides together. So if we look at this now, our little seam, maybe I should do this close up so you can see. So our little seam, one is going this way, one is going that way. They kind of nest together nicely right there. And then we just pin it right down that seam. Okay, going back to the big one. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're just going to nest those. Pin right. I go through the first seam and pop through to the second seam, pop down on the seam line, and pa-ching. And we're going to do that to each of these. They nest nicely when you do left, right, and then they fit in so nicely. We might even attempt to get a few square corners. That would be really nice. Okay, and then again, pin that. So this is a cool Nantucket bag. I think it'll be just so cute for things. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in mine. I've got two on the go. So one will be left at the store for you to see. The other one I will take home and use it. So one will be at the store for viewing, and the other won't be. And then I'm trying to collect up all of the projects we're working on this summer so we can have a little display as seen on YouTube or seen on Facebook. All right, there we are. We got them pinned. We're going to just match our ends up. I like those little ziggy-zaggies. Okay, off we go back to sew. And of course, it's the 1/4 inch that we are doing. Oh, my stool rolled away. There we go. Okay, back to the machine. All right, so here we go. 1/4 inch. Tuck that up there and hit the pedal to the metal. That is lovely. I really like how that walking foot works on this. We're not having any, and don't run over the pin, just right to the pin and out. Don't run over pins. It's really hard on your machine, and then you might lose pieces of your needle and bend your bar. And does that sound like experience? Yes, sometimes it's painful. All right, here we go. Right up to my pin and pull. These are, oh, I lost a pinny there. Obviously didn't pin that one. Oh gosh, she's good. Anyways, let's hope that that works out nicely. See if we can match it up while we're sewing. That feels good. Okay. That one might not be completely straight because I obviously didn't pin that one. Here we go. Keep going. 1/4 inch seams all the way across. All right, now the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Let's have a look. Okay, there they are, nested and pretty. Oh, not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's looking really good. Once I press those out, that will look lovely. All right, so that is our first step in all of this, is to make sure you get 8 of these little rows. Now I'm just going to press this. And as I say, there's the 3 versions. So you could do one with the 2 and then the 2 pieces of fabric. And I use lining fabric for mine so it will match. And then we just press it. And just press them all one way, whether it's up or down. There. Oh, it's looking good. I like those little corners. When you pin those things and they nest like that, they are lovely. Okay, now enough of making. I want to show you what I have already made, which is kind of fun. So I'll show you two of the versions that are on the Nantucket bag. Right, but that's how we do that. Let's get rid of the hot iron so I don't hurt myself. Okay, so the first one is I took the Dandi Annie charm pack, and I selected out of there 40, because you do 5 in a row times 8 rows is 40. So you get a very scrappy, fun looking quilt top. So that is ready to go. Now, so you would actually take that lining fabric that we've got and the fusible batting, and you would actually put this together now. You could use a little 505 spray to hold it down, and you would quilt this. This is ready to go for quilting. So that's why I say we need some 505 spray. We just spray it. They say not to spray it onto like the batting because it just sucks it up. Spray it onto the back of the quilt top, and then just kind of center it in your piece. We have extras, so we're not worried about quilting off into space. And then the hard part starts. You have to decide how you want to quilt this. So you could just follow straight rows and do like little shadow boxes all the way down. Just shadow it all the way up and all the way down and then all the way across. You could do it in a fun all over pattern, like you're free motioning. However you'd like to quilt it, that's ready for quilting now. Now the other top I made, which I just think is so cute. It's plaids and solids from a Moda line. Old Moda line. I don't have this at the store. I have this, the Danny Andy at the store, but I don't have this. This was just my samples to show you. I cut a jelly roll up, but I picked out the plaids and the solids, which is really adorable. Then I used some of the same fabric as the lining fabric, and I cut the 2 strips that are going to go on the outside of the little bag. So that's my next job. So if you've decided to do the 3 in a row or the 2 in a row, you have to apply your little borders to the sides. And that's what we're going to do now. So with right sides together, I'm just going to turn this over. And let's do the pinning that to the edge. And there we are. Put that one on there. Now Chelsea would tell us we got to measure it and everything. Okay, we do. We probably do. But at this moment, I'm going in a hurry. They told us to pre-cut these, so I'm going to do that. My center would be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks down. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. So we're going to try and center that border on that. I guess that's probably a good idea. That's probably what my marker was for. Let's find out what the center of this is. This is, lay down flat here, 16 and a quarter. So that's 8 and an eighth here. So 8. So right about here, oh, right about there is center. Okay, so what we want to do then is match that up with that seam. Okay, and I'm going to pin from the other side, like we did with Chelsea's. That way we can make sure that our, come on, slide up there. We have, if we have to gather anything, it's going to be on the border side, right? And not on the back side. So let's do that. We're going to measure and put that there. Pin that way. So that kind of centers our border on. So let's go sew. Are you ready to sew? We can put more pins if you like, just to hold it. All right, here we go. Over to the sewing machine. Oh, I can see I was up above the line a little bit there. Let's get that. Let's go over to the close up and make sure that we're looking at this. There we go. Let's go sew that on a 1/4 inch. Ouch. Pins are sharp. All right, here we go. 1/4 inch. Oh, a little closer up would be good. All right, and away we roll. Of course, that's stiletto, so I don't get my finger in there. So I want to make sure that these guys stay down right as they go underneath that little foot. Let's pick that up just a second. There we go. Didn't have my stiletto out in time. Okay, that way, yep, just keep going. Okay, we're approaching a pin. Take the pin out, and away we go. Make sure that guy is there. Sure, we've got that matched up. We do. Good. Okay. Okay, we're approaching another pin. So let's be very careful. Take that pin out. Good. All right, carry on. So we've got a little jiggle joggle there. So let's make sure we got that even. Continuing on. Close to the pin, pull it out, and away we go. And then we're approaching pin, take it out, and done. Okay, cut it. Love that piecing. I love that block. Okay, let's go have a look at what we've got. There it is. And when we open it up, we have the solid on the outside. Okay, so of course then we would take that over to our iron and give that a press. And we'll press that seam down. I'm going to press it. I'm going to press it to the dark side so that, because it's a light fabric, the dark seam does not show through. So let's press it this way. All right, so I'm just going to press a little bit, and then that guy will be done. And we can apply the other border to the other side. Ooh, ironed that nice, didn't I? Okay, so we put one more border strip on, and then that one will be ready for quilting. All right, so that would be getting a couple of our tops done, ready for quilting. And as I say, you can quilt this any way you like. Pick whatever fabric you, thread you'd like to. I think because this was variegated, it's very busy, I'm just going to stick with a light color thread. And I'm just going to quilt down the line. So I'll start in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll start on this seam and go start and go one way. Then I come back and go the other way there. And then I think I'll come back out here and do this one. And then this one, and then we'll go over here and do this one, and this one, and then this one, and this one. And I think we'll just do up and down strips. If you like to get fancy, you could come back and do them going this way as well. But I think just up the row like this will look quite cute. All right, so that's how I'm going to quilt this. So I will get that done and show you next week. I will put the last of the borders on this one, and then we'll quilt this one. I was thinking on this one, they did straight lines, but I might make something different on the edges. I'm not sure. This will be a work of progress. We'll tell you how this one goes next week on what I'm going to do with it. All right. Beautiful. So that is how you start your Nantucket bag. It is the Nantucket Summer by Camille Roche Kelly, and it's using charm squares either by Moda or whatever charm you've got. But we have the lovely Danny Annie in there. We also have another one as well that you could select from and use. All right. So that's the start of our projects. We make our tops and we quilt it. Next week, we assemble a bag. Now, Miss Ann would like me to remind you that this week, on Saturday, we're going to create some magic. This is the Bernina 990. And we will be having this in our store this coming Saturday, the 27th. It is due to arrive here on the afternoon of Friday, and then it'll be here all day Saturday. We're not exactly sure, and set around 2 o'clock Friday. We're not sure exactly when it will arrive, but it will be arriving Friday afternoon. If you're desperate to see it without the crowd, Anne said to give us a call and we can make little appointments for Friday afternoon. As soon as it arrives, we'll take your requests. But on Saturday, everybody gets to have a view of the Bernina 990, Create the Magic. So it'll be open to everyone to see it on Friday. Saturday the 27th, this will be here, but also the Kimberbell watch party is on Saturday. So if you're already signed up for the watch party and are coming in, you can come and see this as well. I think it'll be fun. And Anna will be showing off our Bernina 990. It's the prototype. We'll learn lots about it. So that's for Saturday the 27th. Sneak a peek is on Friday afternoon, but that's by appointment only. So maybe we can get a little list going as to times. Okay, anyways, that is coming up on Saturday. So for all of you people who are coming to Kimberbell Day, don't forget, we start the doors opening at 8:45 for Kimberbell Day watch party, and the party itself starts at 9. Okay, Miss Deb will be at the door letting you in. I will be in the classroom getting all set up and ready to show off the Kimberbell magic, and that's on this Saturday. So, but meanwhile, if you would like to come in and beat the heat on Fridays, July 26th, from 10:30 to 4:30, we have our Sew Behind in the classroom, and you're welcome. It's $10.50, and you get that back as a coupon to spend. Come in and enjoy with your friends some of the air conditioning and get out of the smoke, which is appearing now too. But that's Friday the 26th from 10:30 to 4:30. It's $10.50. After that, I will be coming in to decorate for the Kimberbell watch party on Saturday that starts 8:45 with the doors opening. And then you guys can also see the 990 as well. What else? Oh, coming up in August 8th is the satin stitch class. If anyone wants to learn how to be an expert in satin stitch applique, it's there. It's Anne's teaching it. Also coming up, Anne is doing another rope bowl sew along, and that's August 10th, and that will be fun. I had so much fun in that class. All right, everybody, I think that's everything from here. So if you're interested in making the Nantucket bag, that pattern is online at our online store at mysewingroom.ca. Dear Tyler, always, hi Viv, hi Glenda, how are you doing? Tyler always puts things on at the front of the YouTube, in front of the Facebook, so that you can just go to the link and find the pattern, download the pattern, get yourself mini charm pack, a little fusible fleece, a lining fabric, and a zipper, and away you go. All right, so that's it for me for today. So tomorrow, we would normally have chatting with Chelsea, but as I say, Chelsea's away this week, so you're going to get some sweet talking with Sandy tomorrow. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow with an interview. I have Fern coming to talk about what she does. So don't forget, sweet talk with Sandy tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. All right, everybody. Oh, here's Anne. Hi, everyone. Tell everybody tell her we talked about this. We're excited about it.
I believe and trust you. I just got some more Bernina material. So
ooh. Anyway.
And we do have some secret brother information to share on the Luminaire.
Oh.
But only in person. So
yeah, gotta come and visit. And as I say, it'll be arriving Friday afternoon. We think around 2ish, but if you want to get a sneak peek, you need to have a time. So give us a call. We can set that up. Rest of the days, Saturdays, it's a free-for-all. Everybody come and have fun. Woohoo! Anyways, thank you for joining me, Anne. That's awesome.
I can't wait for Saturday.
I can't either. I think it's going to be marvelous. Marvelous.
Just a small watch party.
Yeah, just a small watch party. And a big event out front. And because it's the biggest in the industry.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
So far.
The hoop's bigger than the brother hoop, sort of. It's
Yeah.
wider, which is the hard part. It's wider.
It's wider.
It's not longer. The brother's actually longer.
Longer.
So who's bigger? Well, when you can do a 12-inch square, that's right now the 990.
Yeah.
You can do basically 11, I think about 11 and 3/4 or 11 and 5/8 square
That's
in the
big.
in the luminaire or the new EV1. It's called the
Avenir.
Avenir.
Yeah.
EV1. You could do 11 5/8, I think, square. I have to double check the numbers. I have
She
a
has a
paper.
wealth of numbers.
I have too many numbers in my head. But yeah, join us Saturday. We'll all be here.
Yep. We'll all be here with, well, some of us might have bells on. I don't know
Well,
about
I'm
everybody
hoping
else.
people will wear a little more than bells.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be good. Okay.
We're something and bells.
Yes, and bells. And
Although it's so hot, maybe bells is enough.
yeah, it's pretty warm.
We're about to break a heat record here.
Are we? Oh, wow. I knew it was hot. That's why you're coming in Friday to do So Behind in the air conditioning, right?
Well, it's so hot for so long. We're going to break that record.
All right. Look at us. We're just breaking the rules.
Say goodbye, Sandy. I have fun things to show.
Oh, okay. I got to say goodbye, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning. Remember, sweet talking with Sandy.
No.
All right. Bye.